intuition. And what happens is we think the fear is our heart's desire. We think the fear is our intuition. And so we end up following that. Unfortunately, that usually leads us to trouble, to heartbreak, heartache, pain, suffering, bad choices, things that we don't really want. So, listening to your intuition is key to life. This has completely transformed my life. I have managed to, get out of really bad situations or not get into bad situations to begin with. I have had so many incredible things just really work out for me because I listened to my intuition. I really learned to hear it louder, but also to actually listen to it and act on it. So I'll give you an example. When we're falling asleep and we go into that theta brainwave, the meditative state, have you ever noticed if, there's a big loud noise or someone closes a door or whatever it is, or maybe you're going into a meditation, which is also, that theta brainwave state, and it sounds super loud, like somebody closes the door and it sounds like they slam the door right, in your ear. That is because when we are asleep for survival, our senses are heightened. So your hearing is a lot more heightened, right? So when we are, practicing listening to our intuition, okay, when we're building that muscle, when we're going within, when we're meditating, when we're silencing our mind and trying to hear the inner voice, right? When we hear that, inner voice, but we also hear the fear, we try to tune into the inner voice a little bit more. When we start working on building this inner voice muscle, okay, the intuition, what happens is your senses become heightened to it. You start to hear it more. Okay. And I just got chills, saying that because I always tell my clients that I'm extremely intuitive. Okay. I do have, I'm very spiritual as well. And I do have, some psychic abilities and things like that. I won't get into that in this video, but we all have psychic abilities. Actually, it is our intuition. And so what's happened is I've really worked this muscle over the years. I have really tapped into it. I've really worked on listening to it. And this is why I'm able to be so intuitive, where I can actually, fill in gaps, between what people are saying, because I can hear that inner voice, right? We all have energy. We're all interacting, facially, physically, right? With our physical and facial expressions and things like that. And so our intuition, is picking up on that. Now,